Hi guys, welcome to Bible Breakdown. We are doing 1 Samuel chapter 3. All right, this chapter is not very long, but it's pretty significant. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of gets the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, as we know, Samuel, he is serving the Lord, and it says, in those days, the word of the Lord was rare and the prophetic visions were not widespread. So this is like a very, you were chosen by the Lord to know this stuff, to do this stuff, to see this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So if you can, just know you're up there. You're definitely up there. So Eli, he's losing his eyesight at this point, and he's laying down in his typical spot. And Samuel, it says that he's laying down in the temple of the Lord. So now the Lord is calling out to Samuel, but Samuel doesn't know it's the Lord. So he gets up and he goes to Eli, and he's like, here I am. Like, what do you need? And Eli's like, I didn't call you. Go lay back down. So then the Lord calls Samuel again. Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel's like, what? What's going on? So then he goes to Eli, thinking that it's Eli. And he's like, here I am. And Eli's like, I did not call you. Go lie down. Okay. So the third time, the Lord is calling out to Samuel. Now, again, Samuel has no idea who the Lord is because he's never had an encounter with him. So he's just like, what voice am I hearing? And he goes to Eli because the Lord is calling out to Samuel. Samuel, Samuel. He goes to Eli, and Eli is now picking up on what's going on. He's like, oh, okay. So verse 9 says, he told Samuel, go and lie down. If he calls you, say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So then Samuel went to go and lie down. At this point, this is the fourth time the Lord is calling on to Samuel, okay? He's in front of him, he's in his presence, and he's calling out, Samuel, Samuel. So now Samuel says, speak, for your servant is listening. And the Lord had a very important message to tell him. Starting at verse 11, he says, I am about to do something in Israel that will cause everyone who hears about it to shudder. On that day, I will carry out against Eli everything I said about his family from beginning to end. I told him that I'm going to judge his family forever because of the iniquity he knows about. His sons are cursing God, and he has not stopped them. Therefore, I have sworn to Eli's family, the iniquity of Eli's family will never be wiped out by either sacrifice or offering. So essentially, the Lord is telling Samuel what he's about to do to fulfill what he told Eli the chapter before. And Samuel's just like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. So Samuel lays down until the morning. He opens the door of the temple, and he's so scared to tell Eli what he just heard from the Lord because this has to do with Eli, and it's not good. So Eli calls out to Samuel. He's like, yo, like, tell me what the Lord told you. And I feel like he could feel the vibes that Samuel wasn't trying to tell him. So he says, don't hide it from me. May God punish you and do you so severely if you hide anything from me that he told you. So now Samuel's like, well, I gotta tell you, because why would I want the Lord to, punish me for not telling the truth? So he tells Eli everything, and Eli says, he is the Lord. Let him do what he thinks is good. So at least Eli, he knows, like, God is God. He's going to do what he wants, and what he wants will happen. So who am I to be like, no, this is not true? Like, So basically, he accepted his fate at that point. And then the last paragraph, starting from verse 19, says, Samuel grew, the Lord was with him, and he fulfilled everything Samuel prophesied. All Israel from Dan to Beersheba knew that Samuel was a confirmed prophet of the Lord. The Lord continued to appear in Shiloh because there he revealed himself to Samuel by his word. And Samuel's word came to all Israel. So Samuel was the chosen one. He was the one that spread the word of the Lord because verse 1 says, in those days, the word of the Lord was rare and the prophetic visions were not widespread. So he called on Samuel, and Samuel was the one to tell the people of Israel what the Lord was saying. And that's the end of chapter 3. That's all I got for y'all. And we will be back tomorrow for chapter 4. I love y'all. God loves y'all more. Have a great night.